Hello everybody, welcome. My name's Alex. I'm part of the 2019 Spring MPH team. We Our project currently is for Miami-Dade County public housing, which essentially is supposed to be a tool for Miami-Dade County to use, which will track all vacancy housing within the county and cross-reference it with the federal government's records as well to hash out any discrepancies between the two. This video encompasses our first feature, which is stories between MPH 90 and MPH 93, which deal with initializing the Angular application, creating a navbar component, create a login component, and create a homepage component. This was all done in Angular 7 using Material 2 as the UI and everything that the user gets to see. Um, Essentially, this was chosen because the single web page application is easy to use, it's very user friendly, and it manipulates data pretty well. So in this sprint, we decided to create a mock-up of what our interpretation using Miami-Dade County guidelines of what an executive dashboard should look like. So mind you, this doesn't actually connect to any backend, but this should show all the front end user facing uh, features that they're provided as a regular user, as somebody who's not logged in, and then as an admin. So to start it off, we are going to list our directory so we can see what exactly it is we're running. So this is done in Django, and previously Django was just serving HTML pages. We chose to use Angular, like I mentioned earlier, so that we can use Django to send something called a JSON Web Token and process that JSON Web Token in the front end. And depending on what that token has, and after we deserialize it, we can determine a user's actions, what the user gets to see. So if we go ahead and change our directory to the one containing our Angular source files, we can actually go ahead and get this started using npm start or yarn start. This is going to run the command ngserve, and it's also going to run this mock website on localhost on port 4200. So once this is done building, we're going to go ahead and navigate there. Alright, looks like it's done. So let's go ahead and navigate to post. Localhost on port 4200. So as you can see, we're greeted by the executive dashboard using Angular 7 with Material 2. Here, this is actually the home page. So this is story MPH 93, which is the homepage component. Again, mind you, this is all a mock-up of our interpretation of a Miami-Dade website. So the next one we were looking at is obviously, can we see the navigation bar and does it work? So if we go ahead and redirect to our login or placeholders profile or even our home, we see that not only is the navigation bar consistent through every page, but the routing actually works. And then as another story, we went ahead and started the login component. So as you can see with the login component, you have your basic username, your basic password. If you click in the fields and click out and don't provide any information, it marks them as required. So if you click on forgot username, here we have a regular expression. So if you enter something like this and click submit, it's going to tell you to please use a valid email. The same goes if we were going to do the same thing for password. Forgot password. There you go. Assuming we log in, and we will be greeted with our profile from our router redirection. Notice I left all tabs at the top for those who are not logged in, for those who are logged in but do not have administrative access, and for those who are administrators. These are all the tabs that are currently present that we have worked on and or working on currently at the moment. I did this to show overall functionality of what we've accomplished so far during this feature. As you see in a placeholder's profile, here is the actual user's name, so it'll say Alex's profile or Joseph's profile. Here we gave it just placeholder, so placeholder's username, here's their email, here's the user group, and this will be the session in which they started in. So assuming I started at 10:30 p.m., this would say 10:30 with the seconds also there, p.m. And if we go ahead and navigate to change password, so you can see here what Angular routing does for us that's really nice is it allows us to navigate to those pages even if those pages are nested without actually serving HTML pages. And the only thing that gets refreshed is this center portion right here as per the single web page application, and it'll send get request, post request, put request, whatever request that's needed through RESTful API. Here we also have the regular expression, so if we go to change our password, um, it's going to tell us to use a password, a valid password that's one lowercase letter, one uppercase letter between 6 to 13 characters and no spaces. That is what's required. We're going to go ahead and navigate back to the homepage component. Uh, Essentially moving forward, uh, upon approval, we would like to not only fix whatever bugs that we find, but also get um, feedback, whether it be positive or negative, so we can go ahead and move forward and tie this into the backend and actually see this in action. So we would be able to see like our BI reports here or our elite unit detail. All this would be served inside of an Angular card. Um, Again, it's very friendly. We want to make this as friendly as possible, but also within the Miami-Dade guidelines. And that's it. It encompasses these 4 stories here. It also encompasses these 2 that are being worked on, and these 2 that are going to be picked up. I thank you all for watching our feature.